Hello, what's going on? All right, today or this evening, whatever time you're watching this, we're going to do a flower that pattern that I made probably, I don't know, a couple years ago. I still got it laying around, so I printed it off real quick and placed it on here. Here's the actual sketch itself. Okay. And what I did, once again, I just made a copy of it and used some light colored chalk on the back. Obviously you don't see it, but it is there. Probably pink or something like that. Taped it on, used a ballpoint pen, put it on there, and voila, there you go. Okay. You can do this project with either oil paint or acrylic, which is what I'm going to use. All right. Okay. And you can make this any color you wish. I'm going to use a 1/2" brush, which is what I normally use. Okay, I'm going to use a very soft fan brush, very soft fine hairs, to do a little bit of fading and what have you. I'm pretty sure I'll use other brushes with this, but right now we'll just mainly concentrate on the flower itself. All right, I'm gonna take a chalk pencil for 1 second here. Now, as you look at this, it might be just a circular ball of lines right now, but let's put an X right about here. All right, so whatever's on the outside, more or less, I have a saying, all roads lead to Rome. So the strokes will pretty much, anything on the outside here will go toward the inside. All right, from probably like that direction, going inward. No matter where you are on the flower, it go towards that X. Okay, and so as long as you have that in mind, okay, the flower will tend to bloom outward. All right. Okay, so at least that's the plan. All right, well, let's get on to it here. Now, usually I would do it before I turn the camera on, but I wanted to show you that the pencil lines will not, it won't disappear. It'll be there. Now, vegetable glycerin, a little bit truly goes a long way, and it does. Okay, it really does. So like I said, those white marks or those bright colored marks will be there. Even when I do all of this, it'll still show, believe it or not. And once again, a little bit of this stuff goes quite a ways. And there we go. I'm going to use some blue. I'm gonna cover this area with a this is what's called a transparent color. All right, what do I mean by transparent color? When I apply the blue on, and I don't have to apply it heavy, but when I apply the blue, guess what? It will still appear black on a black background. That's what a transparent color is. And there we go. All right. Okay. Oh, let's get a thin, well, I think I'll just use a 1/2" because I know where things are, more or less. Okay, let's get a little bit of white, just a little bit. Okay. And I'll sketch it out. from, oh, let's say right here, come down, come up, and right here, and it got a little loop right in there, just like that. Okay. Now, there is, I'll bring it out here, like a little teardrop thing right up in here, like that. And then we have another fold right here. This is the fold of the flower. Kind of comes down like that. All right. Now that's the bottom fold of the flower that flips outward. Okay. All right. We'll connect that. I'm going to take this white and we're going to block this right in. I don't have to be super neat with it or anything. We're just blocking in color right now. And as you can see, it's picking up that blue underneath. The more you rub around and play with it, okay, the more it kind of sinks in to that blue color. All right. And that's essentially what it's doing right now. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Much like that. We're going to go a little darker with the blue because this is a fold underneath here. I did not get rid of the white, but I just added more of the blue to it. Just to emphasize it's going to be underneath of a petal there. All right. This one here is pretty much folded outward. All right. So I'm going to have this a little bit brighter. It won't be flipped underneath. All right, that one will be a little bit brighter. Matter of fact, I could take a little touch of white and, well, kind of brighten it up a little bit, like so. Okay, I can take this same color and we'll design right from here. We'll come out like this, like that. We'll do it right from here. We'll do a couple of wiggles like that. Okay. This is inside of a leaf. We're going to have a fold right in here like that. All right. So that will be folded in. Here on the top, I'll just kind of wiggle it and partially come in. Wiggle, partially come in like that. That's the middle part of the leaf there. We do have a third part of a leaf. It comes like in here like that. We can bring this one in like that. We got a guy hanging around out there like that. That's the whole top part of the leaf. I'll bring the camera down a little bit. You guys can see this right about here. Oh, right about here should be good. Okay. Now remember, we got this coated with blue all over the place. What I'm going to do is take well, I'll work here with this. We already got blue here. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here from the here. Let me do this real quick. I'll put a little bit of a dot, right where the X would be, right there. Okay, and you're gonna aim your strokes more or less toward that dot. Even from right here, we're just gonna kind of do one of these numbers. If you go a little bit over the middle leaf, that's okay. But I want to show you, you aim your strokes in that fashion, in that direction, just like that. Okay. It's all right, just like this. It actually helps. It adds, just like so. Okay, just like that. Don't worry. Let it look like that. Okay. I'm going to get a little more white. All right, a little more white. This one's a little brighter. It's coming out to meet us a little bit more. Okay. All right. Let me adjust myself here. And we're going to aim it just like this. I'm overlapping a little bit. Go on down there. You meet that dot. Turn it. You can turn it, angle it, just like that. Just like this. It's all right if you got the lines like this going on. Okay. But you see I'm lifting as I get toward that middle part. Okay. All right, then you got this. Well, we got this guy out here. I'm gonna add a touch of blue. I'm gonna mix it in with with that white. It'll open it up a little bit, brighten it just a little. But this is behind the other fellas. But you'll still see it a little bit. See, you still see it back there, but it's not overly super bright. Okay, just like that. If you go over the middle petal, it's fine. The middle petal will most likely be one of the brighter ones anyway. I'm going back into the white. I did not clean my brush. We are going to utilize a lot of white. All right. And we're going to, here, let's do it from the top here. And let it disappear. And we're going to curve. Look at that. You can add a little something in there, just like that. Come on the other side, do the same thing. I'm adding a little bend to it. Just like that. And I'm going to keep going. Obviously, it's brighter in the middle. I'm just overlapping, curving, just like so. Okay. This one's a little bit brighter. He's in front. So, just like that. All right. We're going to use that to take some of this harshness out of the, and I'm just going to go from its dark up into the light area. And I'm just going to keep pressing just to smooth it out a little bit. I'll clean off the brush. Okay. And I can replace that with blue, but right now it doesn't matter. Okay, we can kind of fade some of that out with this fella too. I can return the darkness back, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, just like that. If I want to smooth out some of this, I just go across. Okay, really up to you if you want to go that far. Depends on how smooth you want to make it. I can do the same thing here, just go across. So I'm going in the opposite direction. It's just to smooth things out, but I'm still keeping it almost like a U shape. Okay, so it gets rid of a lot of the striations on the petals when you do it like that. Don't worry about making certain things disappear. You already know that petal's in front, that one's in the back, that one's in the back, that one's also a little more in the front. Okay. All right. Okay. We do have other petals. I'll get a little bit of blue, mix it in with the white I have, just to sketch it out real quick. Oh, it comes out here like this, and I'll probably have it come. Now I'll expand it. I'll have it come here. Then I'll come out like this. Then I'll make it come in there like that. Okay, a lot of outside stuff. The petals are larger on the outside. They get a little more narrow in the inside. Okay, so we got this one here. We got this guy here. I'll come out here and kind of give it a little something, come in here like that. I'll probably pop a little one in here, triangular like this. I'll go behind that and kind of add little things in here like this, like that. Come in there like this, come out here, curve it in. I'll have one come out here and go. Okay, now these are the guys on the outside. You follow me? Okay, now before I do anything with those on the bottom, let's do something with the top up here. I'm going to take a little bit of white. I'm pulling out the white, getting a little touch of blue, mixing it in, obviously primarily a blue flower, but I'm going a little heavier with the white. Okay, we'll start to kind of put little bits of flourish on it, I guess. I'm not going to add a rim of color as of yet, but I'm just going to come here on the edge, a little bit past the edge, and I'm just going to kind of shape this guy just like that. Now remember where that dot is. Okay, and when you do something like this, obviously it it will I'll come here and do it. I'll start one lightly right here, go a little heavy, go a little heavier. Then I'm look at that, just like that. All right, I don't really have to do much more than what you see there. And if I want to make it a little more gentle, I can fade some of that out, drag it out a little bit. These are petals in the background, all right, so I don't have to really go super heavy with it. I can do the same thing here in the back with the color I have, just like this. Overlap it a little bit, and just a little something back there. Okay, all right. Now I can go a little bit brighter with the white. I'm still mixing in blue. It won't be totally white. I'm contaminating the white with a touch of blue, but it will be brighter than what I previously put on. It's just to bring that flower out right here. So I will take it, man, and I'm gonna overlap. I'm not going to change or flip the brush over. I'm gonna come over here on the other side, curve it, just like so. There we go. Like that. Okay. And that's not too bad. Once again, I'm using a very soft fan brush, very soft hairs. Actually, I really don't need it at this point. I think it's coming along pretty good. I will take a larger soft brush and I'll gently fade that right out of there. Keep it nice and dark there. Kind of do a nice little blend with it. I can get rid of some of those striations there. I'm not going to get rid of all the striations, but just to smooth it out a little bit. Okay, just like so. All right, we do have a petal that's turned outward. Okay, it's a fold right in here. That's why I kept this part dark. I'll show you here. I'm gonna get a little bit of blue. A little touch of white, I'll brighten it a little bit. All right, and right in here, I'll just see this edge here. I'll take the edge and I'll just kind of come here. And I'm really concerned about that top part. See this top part up here? That's why I'm doing it all rough and crazy looking. Get that fold out there. Then I'm gonna lightly, very lightly, just kind of cover it up like so. Bring that edge out there to a point, just like that. Now you have a flipped petal, which is accentuated by the dark here. You see how easy you can do that? All right. We'll bring that right down here. Okay, just like that. All right, this is the underneath of a flower. This is the top bit. Okay, so this guy right in here, he's got a little fold in there. So we'll brighten this up a little bit, just like that. All right, and then this edge, we'll blend that edge out a little bit. It's got a brighter fold there, like that. All right. So as you can see, it can quickly, really quickly form quite fast. Okay. All right. Out here, there's that dot. All right. And we're just gonna kind of play around a little bit there, just like this. I don't have to go necessarily all the way in like that. Okay, I'll bring some of that inward, then I'll press a little harder, a little brighter spot right in there, just like that. And I'll kind of make it disappear a little bit in there. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And you do the same thing here. Press, have it disappear. Just like that. As you can see, I can get rid of the striations. Not all of them, but you can get rid of a few. And if you don't want, you want it to be too strong, you can always kind of fade it right into that color. Remember, this color is surrounded by blue. Okay. Now, let's bring in that shade a little stronger on this one petal. So we're just going to make that a little darker. Let's clean off the brush. You don't want any traces of white or bright blue. So I'm going right into my deep blue here. The paint's still a little tacky, so but I just want to kind of darken that a little bit. And it brings it out from the lighter colors there, just like that. Okay. You don't need, this one's a little brighter, it's flipped the other way. So that's fine. All right. Let's play with some, get a little bit of white paint here. I did not take the blue off the brush. This fella, aim it in that direction. So we'll go from the center here. Go from the center and just come on in like that. Just like that. All right. Just like so. Okay. Just as you see, let that, you have to use that darkness there. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Right in here. And what I'm doing, very short strokes, because this is going to be the flower underneath, so I'm doing this one first. Just like so. Try to keep it at one stroke. It kind of kills a lot of those striations. Okay. Now I'm going to go a little brighter with this one, but I have to go right beside it. Because if you have two flowers that, well, no, I'll keep this all one. I'll take a little bit of blue, get a little touch of white, a little more bluish. I can do a little more blue. If you have it a little too dark, you can always correct it. Okay. All right, let's go right from, we'll go right here from the side. Come out, press pretty good, and come out that way. And as you can see, I'm still following that pattern. Okay. As you can see, I'm still following that pattern. All right. Yeah, let's get a little more blue. Well, make it a little bluer. It's good to kind of vary your blues. Just come out like that. As you can see. All right. Just like that. All right. Okay, we got a little brighter blue happening. I'm going to clean off the brush. You'll be doing this often because you kind of want to start off with a nice clean slate of blue. It's different hues of the same color, basically. I'm going into white, the previous blue I used before. And we're going to, there's that white dot. And you go heavy on the outside. Just like so. All right. We got one come on the outside there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten it a little bit. I'm still contaminating it with blue, but it will be a little lighter right here. Go over that flower just like that, right? Just like this. Now, I'm going to go back into my lighter blue and we're going to fade into that because it's behind the leaf right there. So I get a little stripe of blue, not too much. I'll go from right here, out here like this. And my use is I'm going right into that lighter blue. See how it just kind of fades in there? See that? All right. All right. Just like so. Okay. Now, what you have it, or you may have noticed as I'm doing this, is that you haven't seen me do like a hard edge anywhere yet. There's a reason for that. There's a reason, especially out here. Okay, you haven't seen a hard edge. Not really. All right. But you do see the striations. Okay, and I'll keep a few of those, don't worry. I'll keep a few of the striations. But right now, I'm just going to take a very soft brush and I'm just going to smooth out a lot of these striations a little bit. A little smoother. Okay. All right. All right. Out here where it's a little dark, we're going to kind of bring that in a little bit. All right. All right. Now, why did I not put any as you was, when I used to do the little folds, I didn't do that yet because the folds are going to be in a different color. All right, so we'll approach this flower in a different way. Okay, but that's why you didn't see a lot of different shades or just different stuff in general with this flower. Okay, all right. So with the darker colors, we're going to emphasize some of these yeah, where it's pretty much dark at, we'll emphasize with some nice little, we can even go in the opposite direction by the leaf and go outward. Now we're starting to build up little gradual tones. Okay, just like that. Where it's dark at, we're excess. Okay, just like that. So we're taking some of that dark and we're going into the light. It is just going to accentuate the shadows where you want the shadows to be. And so I'm pressing in here, but I'm going light as I go up into the other colors. We'll make that dot disappear. We don't really need that. But I'm just accentuating more depth within the petals. And if I feel that I did too much, I can bring the light back a little bit. Up to you how far you want to go with this. You see? You do it as much or as little as you feel you need to. Okay. All right. I'll come back in here. Throw some of that in here. Just to darken things up a little bit. All right. Okay. Up under here, where it's a little dark, go into the dark area, and you're just accentuating the shadow of the flower on top. All right, just like you see me do here. And I can kind of blur out some of this out there. All right, so I'm really accentuating different shaded areas of this particular flower. In the middle, you shade the most, then on the edges, they get smaller. So you're really establishing a lot of depth in there. And I'm not using black, I'm just using the same color I used for the foundation color, which is that deep blue. All right. So as you notice, you can do all sorts of cute little things with this. I'm going to take some of this blue, this deeper blue. I'm just getting a little bit more, just a little. Establish like a little fold in here. Just in here. Just like this. All right. Now I can fade that in with this half into the light color, half into the dark color. You marry those both together. This brush might be a little bit large, so we'll go with the fan brush. Just like that. And it's really just to kind of blend that line out a little bit, just a little. So it gives you the appearance of it folding under, like that. All right, okay. So let's clean off the fan brush real quick. I'll put it right here. I won't use it. I am going to use a smaller flat brush. It's a quarter inch brush. I'll use this. Here, half brush. It takes two of these. All right. It takes two of these to make a half inch brush. All right. We've got a little quarter inch. Okay. I'll do it with this brush, and we're gonna do little red outlines on this flower. And I think I'm going to just use just this red. I'm not going to mix anything with it. All right. And on the tips, I'm going to just give it a little press and do it just like this. Just like this. Okay. I'm doing a little bit of curves in it, following the kind of the natural pattern of the leaves, just like so. Now, as I do this, look at that. Now, as I do this, okay, obviously some of the red is wearing out. I got brighter red on the light areas, and I'm going to use that. The important thing doing stuff like this is the important thing doing this is that where it's brighter on the flower, obviously there's more red. So you make the red a little stronger, a little bolder. Okay. Something like this. All right. This is where the striations will really help you out at. Okay. And then as it gets clouded with blue, it's okay, as long as you still got that red tinge in there, because it's the shadow area. And we're going to do this all over the place. Now remember, these strokes, very important. You keep these strokes toward that that X you see up there, or the preceding strokes that you see already. Okay. I can bring some out further, some in further, up to you. Okay, now if you need some of this red to be a little brighter, then you use more yellow. It turns almost orangish on you, but that's really that's really up to you, how much of that you want out. Okay, there we go. I use a little more paint here on this petal. I'm gonna do the same thing here, kind of bring it out a little bit more, but make them gradually shorter as you go around the flower. Okay, just like so. And you just keep it moving. Narrow on the turn, a little thicker in the middle, give it a little angle, and okay. All right, and remember I got a little bit of blue mixed in with this red, so it's turning a little maroon. It's all right. I'm varying the strokes of the rim of color there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow. Actually, I'm taking a lot of yellow. Yellow is potentially kind of a weak color, so I'm taking a little bit of yellow. Got that red in. I'm gonna take a little touch of white. I'll have to be careful with it. especially when you mix white and red, but it's got that yellow in there. I'm gonna brighten up some of this red. So for total, if light is really hitting it on the top, really bright, come right at the edge. There we go. And we're gonna kind of brighten that up, give it a nice little press, so like so. And then it gets darker as you disappear in there. All right. I'm going back into my red, and it will appear to be a brighter red there. Very light touches, and as we keep going in, it's going to pick up that dark. Okay, there, and we're going to come out here a little bit, and just like so, pop it in there. Okay, you got this little rim here. It's fine. And like I say, the striations would really help here. Because one, you're not going that far. Going in there. Just like that. And here we go. Oh, kind of pop in here. A little higher there, but then it gets lower and lower. Lower in there. We'll get a couple of bright pops in there like that. Okay. I'm going back into my red out of the tube red here. And we're gonna kind of touch up a little bit in there like that. Just like so. Come here, get that little turn. It's very important to go with the flow of your actual flower. Okay, very important to do that. Right there. Come out longer, and then I'm gonna get it very narrow. Just like so. See that? And this type of stroke also helps with the, let's brighten that up over there on top. This kind of stroke also helps with the circular nature of your flower. This one here a little larger, come a little shorter there, come out here. Look at that, and we turn it, slightly turn it. Okay, like so. Over here on the top, same thing. Look at this. Come on. And straighten it out, just like that. You put a tiny ones up here. You give it a little tiny press, and then you want to build it back up again. You can kind of curve it, and then you shrink it back, just like so. Up here on the top, you can be kind of cute. You can give it a little push of color. Come on around, a little push of color. Push of color right on the tip there. So it accentuates. I can fade that out a little bit. Fade that out. But you want a nice push of color up on the top here. This is a fold all up in here. All right. I'm not really too concerned about all of this because this can be wiped away and colored over. And you'll see that in a second. All right. Like that. Over here on the edge, we're going to do another loop of color. Right here on the edge here, give it a little push, just like this. Now while it's wet like that, and I'm going in different directions, it's really that sharp edge of color that I'm looking for there. Out here a little bit, come out here, just like that. I'm gonna take my brush. I want the edge, I don't want what's in the inside there. Inside there, I can kind of fade that out, just like so. out here on the edge here, we can play around with it just like that, around it, right on this edge, like that, out, okay, just like that. I'm gonna get some deeper red, because this one here is pretty much on the outside out here, like that. We'll have it come around, just like that. I can take a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, and we can add some folds. We'll come here, just like this, right here. We'll get a fold in there like that, and then I'll kind of get that fold in there like this, and we'll smooth it out here though. All right. Once again, it's a fold, just like that. So we'll cup that guy in there, and we'll have it kind of come downward. I can get a fold in here real quick here, then pop it out there like this. Get that nice rim of color. I ran out of bright. It's okay, I'll return it back there. It's like that. And just like this. Okay, so like that, and we'll kind of curve it around there. All right, so we got a nice little fold in there like that. All right, I can bring some of that red right into that fold. Not too bad. Oh, like right up in there like this. Just like that. Bring that red rim of color in there like that. Come here, do the same thing. I'm just gonna press some, see, just get that nice tight bright red in there like that. All right. So it's not as bad as you think doing it. Add a little oomph to your petals there. Okay. All right. What makes it stand out also is that it's surrounded by all this black in here. Okay, we're just about almost done with this fella. Let me put my little tiny brush back. Let's clean off. No, I don't necessarily have to clean it off. Let's get some blue. And I'm gonna get a nice chunk of yellow. We'll make some quick green here. I'll probably end up darkening this green with a little bit of red, just to brown it out a little bit. Okay, we'll get a series of my little famous or infamous leaves going on there. Remember that glycerin is still working back there. Okay, still got plenty of glycerin here. Okay, let's get some leaves going. Let's kind of get one popping here like that. All right, and I'll block this in because we want some of these leaves to kind of disappear behind these petals here. Okay, and I'll put it right there in the back like that. And we're just gonna kind of come here like this, and we're going to a little bit of press there like that. We're gonna do the same thing here. We'll come up and we'll do a little curve. Then I'll curve it in here, just like so, and just like that. That's one down. Okay. Let's just have one. I kind of like the way this stuff looks out here, so we'll put one of these fellas right in here. I'm just pressing color down just to block it in, just like that. I'll kind of put it right up in here like that. What's helping me out here is the actual glycerin itself. All right. All right. Like like so. So we have two. Uh, mm, I'll do a general one right here in this corner. And all right, like that. Just like so. Of course, I gotta bring that out a little bit more. Let's kind of expand that just a little bit like that, so you guys can see everything here. I'll do it right here too. Press, and I'll just kind of tease. I'm going a little further than I should, and there's a reason why. Okay. Very light blue. So we're going to tease a little bit of the flower color into the petals, into these leaf strokes rather. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Let's let that stick around for a second. We're going to go into a little yellow into my green here. And I'm going to use a little titanium white to brighten it up a little bit. But it's yellow and some of this green. All right. Okay. And we're going to come here just like that. And we'll put another one in there like that. Add a little character to that. Yes, this is actually the bright side of that leaf. We're going to come here and do the same thing. And we're going to do it again. And we're going to angle it. Boom. Little flick of the wrist. Just like that. I know it looks kind of funny because of I'm essentially using two bright colors. And I am. But you got to hold on for a second. There's a method to my madness doing this. Okay. All right. Let's clean off that brush. Now I added that light blue on the other side, so it doesn't make any sense, right? I know it doesn't, but hold on for a second. Let's go back into our deep blue. We get a little bit of yellow. We get a nice strong green going in here. Maybe a nice touch of red in there. We'll deepen it a little bit. Okay. All right, let's go back here on the bottom. And we're just gonna kind of press and go on in. Just like this. You see what happens? See? Now I just added a little half light kind of thing going in there. That's what that dark green do. You put the dark green right on the edge. So now you got a nice refracted little light going on there. See that? See? You see how I just made a nice, here, I'll show you. See a nice little band of glow right there? See that little band of glowing things going on there? Okay. So, first off, I started with the the blue color. All right, well, the base color, then the blue color, then I'm closing it up with a darker color. All right, that's how I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm doing it a little outside the edge of the other flower, which is how I'm getting that nice little band there. Okay. The band will be accentuated a little bit more with the vein of the leaf, which will just take a little bit of white into that light green and yellow mix. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the 1/2" brush. I'm only using the corner of the 1/2" brush. And I'll come out here using just the corner, get you a nice thin line just like that. We're going to do each one, each corner, each one, just like that. I'll turn the brush around, get that nice bright look to it. All right. All All right, we'll put the side veins in there. Just use the corner of the brush and you pop them in there. It's like that. You can curve them around, do what you know, how you do them how you feel. Okay. I'll turn it around. I know I got more paint on the other side, and we'll just kind of add them in there. All right. Get some more of that color. Even though I'm coloring, I'm getting all the paint on the whole brush. I'm only using the corners. Gives me that look, that flat line. Okay. And it takes practice to do it with the corner of the brush. If I find myself running out, I'll just make some more real quick. It's all right. Okay. All right. There. All right. All right. All right. Much like that. Now, I'm not done yet. We got to put the stamens in. I might throw a vine in there or two, because we're, as I'm doing the original video, we're almost at an hour. So it's not really too bad. Not too bad. There's a lot more petals in the original drawing because I should have done this in marker, but yes, all right. I think I covered up for it pretty good. Okay, I don't necessarily need this brush anymore. What I can do will require different brushes anyway, but we'll put some stamens in the middle of this fella. And then we're just going to do nice, gentle little taps. I'll get my hat out the way. And we're going to, nice little taps, almost like little bits of baby's breath, almost. We're going to brighten it up a little. Don't worry. Just like that. All right. Then I'll just take pure white. And we'll stamen things happening there. I'll even put a couple of those outside this petal fold here. All right. Yeah, we're good like that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Don't need too much. I could play around and put maybe, I guess I could do that. Let's put this back up. Let's put a little bit of I'll just zoom in. I think what I'll do, I'm really zoomed in. I think I'll put a bubble up, yeah, a bubble or two in there. What you guys would call a dewdrop. Dewdrop, bubble, you know, all of the above. All right, I'm just taking some water and some titanium white right in here. We'll have it go out this way. A nice size one. We'll kind of put it right there like that. All right. Okay, I clean off the brush, and I'll go in the inside, just like this, and we're gonna kind of see that little film that we're getting there. So I'm destroying the inside edge, just like that, and we're getting a little film of color. Okay, just like so. Much like that. All right, I can use my finger and make some of that disappear. Okay. And take some white paint, a nice dab of it, and right where you think the strongest part of the light, the reflection is, that's where you put that little dot, just like that. All right. And that's how you do it. I'm going to take some, if I got any left, I don't see any, I'll take some of this dark blue, it'll be a good substitute for it, and draw the bottom edge of the bubble there. Usually a deep green will do for this, but you can use any dark color. All right. So you got one there. Okay. All right. We're gonna do it all over again. Let's put one of these little joyous things. Let's slide over here. We'll put like a whole one over here. All right. We'll put it like, we'll put it a nice one right up around here like this. Boom. All right. Just like that. I'll add a little more white to it. We'll clean it up real fast. Once again, we destroy the inside edge of this guy because we want kind of a film on the flower there. Just like so, just a little bit of a film. You want that edge, but you want to kind of have that, because titanium white, it's got this chalky film when it's dry. Okay, I'm gonna take some blue, and we're going to, almost like a football shape, just like this. All right, just like that. Real quick, real simple. Gonna take another bead of paint, and right about on this side here, just like that, you can put another little dot there, and that's it, just like so. Okay. All right. I think I feel like putting another one up there. We'll probably put one on the other side. All right, you got one here, one toward the middle. We got one on the leaf, one on the flower. I guess I can kind of put one, let's go over here. We'll put one right here by the red. Why not? Why not put one right by the red here, right in here? Nice one right in there like that. We'll kind of have it a little crooked. We'll have it that way. Wiping off the brush. Now you see the white's a little thick here, which is a good thing. I can really kind of destroy it and have it film, get that little film of paint there. It's bringing a little bit of the red, it's bringing a little bit of the blue, which is great. Just like that. Shape it a little bit. Got bits of blue in there, bits of red in there. Okay. I took a little too much off, but I can return that. Right in here. Took a little much off right there. I think we're good, just like that. All right. Now, because it's on red, I'll just use red. Right in here. Might be a little bit on the bright side. I might darken that a little bit. I'll make a little shadow there instead. Deepen that. Just like that. Deepen that shadow there. Okay, let's take another pop of white. Right in there, nice little double dot of white there, like so. All right, all right. So I think we're all right here. Anyway, here's another one. Open rows, striations and its patterns are there. Remember, for the leaves, odd numbers, even for the dewdrops, odd numbers. You can put more in there, but you would have to make it 5. Okay. I got some paint left over here, so I'll just play around with it for a second or two. I'll just twirl it around. I'm just using water and a script liner brush. And I'll put some little viney things in here because it sticks out really nice. Using the tip of the brush, go there. We're going to go behind the leaf there. Okay, it usually takes quite a bit of water to do it. Load your brush up pretty decent. It's a very thin brush, so you're not like really doing too much. We'll go out. We'll go right into the flower. Go behind the flower like that. You come out and go behind that flower. Come out here, go in a circle. Bring it downward like so. Bring it all over the place. Don't be afraid to cut into the flower. Okay. I can come out, come around, go in. It's going behind the petal, the flower, right in there. Don't be afraid to do this. It adds a lot of interest to your floral. Come out, loop around, and yeah, you can bring it down there somewhere. And it can kind of come up under here like so. All right, all those flowing lines kind of help your flower kind of. And remember, this is. I'll show you the pattern one more time. It kind of failed on me because with the glycerin it wore some of it away, but that's all right. I've done this numerous times before. It's not as many petals as I would have done, but if I do this again, I'll use a paint marker to put it in there. That way, it would probably be another color to cover the paint marker, but it's essentially the same guy. I made it larger. Of course, I expanded it, but it's okay. All right, but essentially, it's the same flower, really. All right, same guy. There you go. It's just I just made it grow a little bit more to cover up the frame, but basically, the key proponents of doing something like this is there. Okay. Secrets to doing these and establishing depth and dimension in the flower. It's dark in the middle. Okay. Lighter at the top. If you got a fold or any kind of creases, it's lighter going into the flower, a little darker going out. And you can see that all over the place with this, just with the simple striations that I've added in this piece. Okay. Any petals or whatever that are approaching the light, obviously it's a little bit lighter. Okay. And like I say, for these little edges, for little colors in here, you do it with a fan brush, you do it with a smaller brush. Okay, but you got to go with the flow of the petals. Okay, that's what helps you out. Okay, and it also improves the look of your floral. Okay, I don't remember doing blue mixed with red to do one of these, but pretty interesting look, pretty neat. You can design your floral to look any way you want it to look. That's up to you. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what else to mention or to say while I'm doing this, and I think that really is about it. This is a repainting. I had a painting I didn't care for, so I just repainted it with black, and then put the glycerin on it and put the tracing on it, put glycerin, and then did this. So I do have a traceable for this also, and it will fit for something this size, 12 by, I think this is 12 by 14, 12 by 16. I believe it's 12 by 16. We'll find out right now what size this is. The 12 part I know, I just don't remember if it's 14 or 16. It looks like it's 16. Yep, 12 by 16. Yes. Yeah, it's 12 by 16. So the actual flower, so you can photocopy it. It's on 8.5 by 11. So you can easily do this on this size canvas, it'll look great. Okay, whatever style of leaves you want to put on it, well, it'll look awesome. So it's really up to you. All right, I don't think I have anything else. I think we're done. I thank you very much for watching. Enjoy yourself, be safe, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.